Hi, welcome to this week's Business Bites. So happy to have you here. And I now saw that the picture, the countdown, actually have the wrong Eastern Standard Time because they changed the clock, we didn't. So it's 6 p.m. here, but it's 1 p.m., not 12 p.m. Eastern time. And that is the next week as well. So this week and next week, we are just 5 hours between Eastern time, US, and Central European time, where I am based. Then we are all good again. So I saw that now. So I hope not anyone was confused. But anyway, welcome to this week's Business Bites. I'm going to talk a little bit about pitfalls that is easy to end up in or get stuck in when it comes to creating an offer. And the reason why I wanted to do this session is that we have an event coming up the 8th and 9th of April. And one of the sessions in that event is going to be how to build out an offer that converts on demand. And I wanted everyone to kind of be a little bit ahead if you decide to join that 2-day event. And I'm going to talk about it at the end of this session because we have pre-early bird tickets for joining this event. So it's going to be awesome. It's 5 sessions every day with Q&A after every sessions and a main Q&A session on the last day. And then the replays are up for 7 days during an entire week after, and you can get support throughout that week as well. So I'm really excited to host that event. And we have already sold some pre-early bird tickets because it's only $17 to join these 2 days if you catch an pre-early bird ticket. But I'm going to come back to that. So that is the reason why I wanted to dedicate this Business Bites to talk a little bit about these pitfalls to make you kind of be ahead if you decide to join us. So we're going to jump right in. And for you who don't know me, my name is Angela, and I'm a virtual sales expert. And what I help my clients with is to sell their offer in the capacity one-to-many with virtual event, webinars, 3-day workshop, 5-day challenges, or live launches. And we also use the events to position ourselves on the market, build like, know, and trust with our audience, and own a part of the market with that topic that we create our events around. And we create signature events. So we create one event and we run it in cycles, or we run them in reps. Okay. So that is what I help my clients with. But we also craft together scalable offers like group offers. So we can scale the way we serve our clients in one-to-many, and also scale by selling it one-to-many. So that is what we help our clients with. So it's marketing and it's sales, and it's, of course, lead generation and offer creation. But today is all about the pitfalls. Okay. So I think I have like 5 pitfalls or something that I'm going to go through, and how to and then we're going to look at how to avoid ending up in these pitfalls. And the biggest pitfalls of them all is to building your offer in a vacuum. And what I mean by that is that we built the offer without doing any kind of market research. Okay. We don't go out and see if people are already spending a lot of money and earning a lot of money. We are kind of just working from our passion. And what is really important when it comes to crafting together an offer is that if people are not spending money in that area or making money in that area, you are going to struggle, right? Because I can promise you there have been thousands of people tried and failed before, right? So we built the offer in a vacuum, no market research, and we built it from our kind of expertise. And that is usually kind of leads into pitfall number 2, which is a really complex and complicated program. We put so much information inside the program and content inside the program that the program in itself can get kind of overwhelming, and clients can't go through it. Okay, they can't finish it because it's too much. I have bought those kind of programs where you open them and you're just like, whoa, it's just overwhelming just looking at the content. Okay, so those two kind of go hand in hand. And the third pitfall is when we built a program, and in the module number 1, we kind of collect information. So the first thing that the clients go through is a module with just information, with no kind of kickstart, small win, or a little wow effect. And what can happen is that people or the clients go through that and end up not coming back because it didn't give them kind of an instant small little win or an instant clarification or something like that. And they don't come back for module number 2 and 3. Okay. The next pitfall is that the offer in itself have no kind of clarity. It's confusing what the offer is about, what result it actually gives you, who it's for, and what problem it actually solves. What problem do you solve here, and how do you solve it? And that makes the audience in itself, when they look at the offer or when they hear you explaining the offer, they get very confused. And confused people don't do anything, right? So that is pitfall number 5. And the last pitfall is the pricing. So we price usually too low. And we position ourselves in a market with our pricing, and often we are undercharging. And we don't know our numbers, and we don't know the volume versus pricing, right? So we kind of hit a roof of not attracting the clients that we want to work with, or not attracting enough leads to start generating money from this offer, right? So those are kind of the biggest 5 pitfalls. And if we look at kind of the solution to this, the pre-selling the offer solves a lot of this. But what you want to do first is that you want to do market research. And if you join the event, we're going to talk about how to do market research if we have no audience. I'm not going to go into that. So get your ticket and join us, because that session is going to be, the homework is literally going to be to go out and do your market research, okay? And we're going to share how you can do it without having a huge audience or clients to interview or something like that. Because you want to do it. You want to look at, are people, first of all, making money and spending money in this niche? That is number 1. Because if there's no one making money or no one spending money, you are going to struggle, and you can't help anyone if you can't put food on your own table, right? So you need to find the problems that are in top of your dream client's mind, because people, I usually say to my clients that if you want to earn big money, you need to solve big problems. And it needs to be important enough for people to get this problem solved. So you need to find the problems that are in top of your dream client's mind. And you need to understand the emotional parts around the struggles, the frustrations, the fears that comes along with that problem, right? And you also need to understand, what do they actually want? What is the result that they want? Because people buy what they want, not what they need, not what you know they need, right? You need to meet them where they are and sell whatever they want to them, okay? So you need to understand, what is it that they want, and why is this so important for them to get this end result? Then you create the solution between, they come in here with limiting beliefs, frustrations, fears, struggles, problems, whatever it is, and the outcome that they want is over here. The gap between, that is your solution. That is where you need to create the solution, right? Because you can't sell something that people don't want to buy. And you need to know how you're going to take your clients from A to B. And that solution, you want that solution to be superior to what is already out there. And we're going to talk more about that in the event. So make sure you get your ticket, because it's important. And it's not that the market is saturated, that you can't make it, but you need to have your own solution, your secret sauce that takes them from where they are to where they want to go. Okay. So that's kind of going to solve a lot of the pitfalls. The second thing you want to do when you know this, so you know where your dream clients are over here, you know what they want, you know now how you're going to take them from A to B. You take that and you create the framework of an offer, the basic steps, the modules. You can call them the modules, the steps, whatever. The main parts that is going to take them from A to B, maybe 5 steps or 6 steps. Don't create 20 steps, okay? Make it simple. It might be 6 steps, okay? In what they need in order to actually get the result that they want. And less is more here, okay? And it's better to add along when you work with your clients. It's better to add things than have too much in the beginning. Because if you add too much, you get an overwhelmed client, and they are not going to finish, or they are not going to get the result, right? So when you have that together, you have that just, you know, on a piece of paper, step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You go out and launch, okay? Because you don't want to spend any time start recording, creating something that no one said yes to. Because as soon as you have an idea, you want to execute that idea and validate that idea through that execution, right? So when you have those together, you just go out and launch and start working with the clients, right? Because then you're going to create step by step your program, and the clients is just going to follow. So you're just going to add what they actually need for that moment. So you're not going to end up with a program that is too complex. You're not going to end up with a program that is too complicated or too much, because you have just added the things that they actually needed for that moment. And when the clients have gone through that program, you actually have the best program. You can even run all the sessions live, record them, put them up in a course platform after you have had your first clients. You have validated it and you have sold it. So you know it's validated. It's something that people want to buy, and you now create it together with your clients, okay? And the other thing that you want to do when you kind of create your framework is to look at module number 1 and ask yourself, what can I put that they need to know first in a way that is going to give them a kickstart? What is the first thing that they need to do absolutely first? And how can I structure it so it gives them a kickstart or a wow effect or something that push them towards their goals, right? So in our program, we have a clarification module that clarify dream client, it clarify your market, your profitable niche, your title and statement, like the I help XYZ with XYZ. And if you have an offer, we clarify the offer in 4 simple steps. So in just 20 minutes, in 4 steps, total clarity. And it gives them a kickstart, because they come usually in being really unclear, a little bit all over the place. And now by just go through 20 minutes videos, 20, 20, 20, 20, right? So you want to think about that. What can I put in module number 1 that is going to give them a little kickstart, okay? And start working with the client, and then structure the sessions out. The thing also you want to do is that you need to be super clear with who you help, what problem you solve, and what is the core outcome, okay? Because you need to build it to meet the client where they are. Because you are the expert, right? You are the expert, you know exactly. So when you speak, it's super clear for you, because you are not here where they are, you are over here, right? But you're not selling to people over here. You need to sell to these people in their language, speaking their language on wherever they are, right? So you need to be super clear who you help, how you help them, and what is the outcome that they are going to get if they work with you. Super clear. Because as soon as these people don't get it, they don't buy it, okay? And I've done that mistake in my among my first offers, that I built it from a place of the expert, right? And when I started to talk about it, I talk about it as the person over here. And these people, they just didn't get it, right? And the last thing, you need to know your numbers. I know it's boring, and I usually say this when we talk about good topics to run events on. One of the things that is really important is knowing your numbers, but it's not that fun because it's boring, but it needs to be done. You need to know your numbers because you can't build a business or help clients if you can't pay your own bills. You can't help people if you get overwhelmed. You can't help people if you hit a wall because you hit some kind of time roof and you burn yourself out. Okay? It's not going to work. So those are kind of the solutions to not end up in the pitfalls. But there is, of course, kind of a lot of things around this. How do we price it? How do I know what I can put in module number 1? How can I actually pre-sell it and actually record it together with my clients, because it can feel kind of a little bit scary and those kind of things. So I really encourage you to get your ticket to our event and take this opportunity to grab the pre-early bird tickets for only 17. Okay, it's $17. It's 10 hours of training that you have access to an entire week after. First of all, during that week, you have also support, so you can ask any kind of questions in our support group. And you also get a 15-minute call that you can use during either the week before the event or the week after the event, either before to get you kind of started, set you up for success, or after if you feel like, yo, I'm going to save that call because it might be something that I want to ask or something like that, okay? And the first session is going to be all about how to create our own online presence, to kind of positioning ourselves on the market. And after that, we are going to talk about what we talked about today, how to create an offer that converts on demand. But you can't sell that offer if you have no one to sell to. So we are going to, in next session, talk about how to build an organic lead attraction system to get new leads coming in every day that sees our offers. And when we're talked about that, we're going to move into sales, because now we know we are positioning ourselves on the market. We have an offer that we are going to sell. We have leads coming in, but we also need to sell the offer to these people, right? So we are going to talk about building your own sales. We call it your own sales machine, right? In the capacity of selling one-to-many. We're going to talk a little bit about the difference of running webinars versus running 3-day workshops and 5-day challenges or full launches. And because you need to do what works for you, but also what works for your audience and what works for your offer. Because it makes no sense do a full 8-day launch for a $97 offer, right? Because you would have been, that time could be spent in better ways, okay? So we're going to talk a little bit about the difference and how to set it up. And then the next session is going to be about elevating and increase your sales conversion rate, both selling live one-to-many, because it looks way different compared to selling on a call one-to-one if you do sales calls, right? But nothing of this is going to matter if you have the wrong mindset around sales, around lead generation, around running a business, or around speaking if you want to sell your offers with an event. So one session is going to be dedicated to what we call the fluff-proof 6-figure mindset, because there is a lot of tactics taught out there. There's actually an overabundance of tactics and things. And when we have an overabundance of opportunities, we can actually spiral ourselves a little bit off, because we get so diluted in our energy trying all these different kind of things, so we don't focus, right? So we are going to talk a lot about mindset, because mindset is the foundation of everything. You do need the strategies, yes, but no strategy in the world is going to matter until your mindset is aligned with the millions of dollars that you want to make. Okay, so that is one session. The next session, we're going to kind of put together your plan. How are you going to reach your goal? Let's say it's the 6 figures. What am I going to do? When am I going to do it? What am I going to focus on at this moment? As you're going to set up your little plan and an individual plan that works for you. Okay, and we're going to talk a little bit. We're going to do some numbers. We're going to do some boring things as well. So you have a kind of 6-figure or 7-figure path all figured out. And the last session is going to be, how can we now, when we reach the level, a certain level, we want to put some things on automation, right? And what can we automate and how can we automate it? And when is the right time? For webinars, example, are great to run as evergreen webinars, right? But when should we do it and how can we do it and all those kind of things? That is going to be in that session. That is kind of the next natural step for a lot of our clients. And then we host a live Q&A session, a main Q&A session that's going to run for maybe 1 to 2 hours the last day. But after every session, we're going to stay. So my camera kind of flipped here. We are going to stay for, we're going to have a pause between the sessions. So there will be maybe 15 to 20 minutes to ask any kind of questions, okay? So make sure you grab a ticket to that event, and it's running actually on Saturday and Sunday. I don't know why the camera did this. I have had a problem with the webcam, and I'm in a small town in south of Sicily, and there is no one selling webcams here. And I'm actually going to Rome tomorrow, so I'm going to see if I can get this fixed, because the picture freeze on, and it's just on Zoom. It's not on StreamYard or anything. It's just when I use Zoom, so it's so odd. But anyway, it's a Saturday and Sunday. Actually, we had a big vote up, and we have over 70% of the people that answered our polls wanted to join a Saturday and Sunday. So this is our first event that we actually run on a weekend. So it's going to be really fun. I haven't done it before, so it's going to be really fun. But there will be replays up an entire week for you to catch up or go back. So grab a ticket, $17, and you get access. And there is no upgrade to any VIP. It's like the same for everyone. It's just one ticket in, and you have access to all the sessions, all the Q&As, workbook, group, 50-minute call either before or after the event. Okay, so it's just one ticket, no VIP upgrades or anything. So make sure you join, and I will see you there. And tomorrow we actually host a masterclass, and it's going to stream in my Facebook group. So I can share the link to my Facebook group below this video if you want to join. And we're going to talk about the 5 main steps from 0 to the 10K month. What are the simplest and what is the most important to actually focus on to reach there? And it's about an hour masterclass. So join that tomorrow in our Facebook group. And thank you so much for today. I'm going to go back and see if we have any questions, and I will definitely answer them. I hope to see you in our event, Get Clients Accelerator 2-day event, 10 sessions, $17. I will see you tomorrow.